Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Zach, but you can call me Hazardous. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel, and welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 video here on the channel today. In today's video, it's another episode of the podcast. Unfortunately, Dean or Red Dead 2 videos is absent this time around, but I did record this with iRoo399, and we're going to be bringing more of these throughout this week. I'm going to be on vacation this week, but I'm going to, try and get some time to hop on Discord with these guys and record more episodes of this podcast because of how much was revealed in this gameplay trailer, and there's going to be more parts that are coming from Rockstar, and that's kind of what we discussed in this video. There's also going to be just Red Dead Redemption gameplay in the background and in my future videos, and once I get back home from New Jersey, because I'm still home for another week, then we'll start analyzing all the trailers and all the content in the trailers, and we'll start, showing it frame by frame and just really diving deep into this. Like I said, I'm going to be doing it this week as well, but just editing off my laptop, it's kind of a pain, so the videos this week are going to be a little bit more low-key than they usually are. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below if you are hyped for Red Dead Redemption 2. Alright, see you guys in the podcast.
What's going on, folks? How are you doing? I'm iRoo399. We're going to be talking about the Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay video that released the other day. I'm here with Mr. Hazard. We did one of these the other day with Mr. Dean, and I thought I would do one with Haz because Dean's not available at the moment, and that's fine. So we're going to talk for a few minutes about what we thought and what we're looking forward to. Say hello, Mr. Hazmad.
How's it going, everybody? We're all really excited about the gameplay trailer here, and I've definitely been losing out sleep because of it. It's like all I'm doing is I'm going to sleep thinking about it, I'm waking up thinking about it. While I'm pooping, I'm thinking about it. It's pretty crazy.
I've been thinking about it a lot. I keep thinking about the stuff that's there and the stuff that you have to watch it like 4 or 5 times before you see some of this stuff. I don't know if you know, but the brain has a thing. Have you ever had it where you watch a film twice and you notice or hear something totally different the second run through? It's because subconsciously you already know sort of what's going on, so you don't have to take all of the overview info in. You can just see all of the smaller stuff. So the more you go through and watch the trailer and the gameplay, the more you actually sort of see about it. The smaller stuff, all right, okay, Arthur's carrying 2 guns, but what's going on in the background here? And immediately you don't need to know any more about the game. If somebody turns around and says that they need to see more before they can decide whether or not they're buying this, is just hugely mistaken in my mind.
Definitely. I think this trailer has so much more than I think a lot of people know. I mean, I still need to go back and watch this a few more times before I make a full analysis video, because I did one yesterday, and I know you were doing your stream as well. But yeah, I mean, there's still some stuff I'm missing for sure.
Yeah, you just got to keep going through, little scenes like the one where they're spinning around the campfires, and you're just, the people that are there. You could just look at all the different folks, and then you see them crop up all over the gameplay video. There's loads of it. I mean, my favourite thing was when Arthur's up on one of the mountains on horseback, and the horse spins around and he takes off. Just looking at the size of the map, and then I try and spot places that you're seeing somewhere else. It's really hard to see the same place twice in this thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When you think, there are so many places where you're like, oh, that could be close to here, but you don't actually see it.
Yeah, we don't know the scope of this map. I mean, everything is it's incredible. This map is so vast. And I'm kind of going through different clips right now, seeing the landscape.
What was your favorite thing?
I think one of my favorite things was, it was actually towards the beginning. Kind of seeing Arthur get thrown out of, either the saloon or that slop house where it says meal. Oh yeah, it was a saloon because it's a saloon and then meals. So you get thrown out of the window there. You see him hit the muddy street. Obviously the mud splashes up and it stains his clothes and stuff. Great attention to detail, but just kind of looking at what happens in town, not even focusing on the dude that's fighting Arthur and Arthur fighting that guy, but looking at how all the other townspeople react. They know,
they're like, what? Yeah,
they know it's a big deal. They're all crowding around. They start stepping in, and it's like, if you notice for a quick second, because the guy goes out of frame real fast before the mini-map pops up, he's on the other side of the street, and he has his hand on his holster, like he's ready to pull his gun.
I'm trying to see it. I'm actually looking at the video now, but literally, out of nowhere, they spin around. Arthur's face gets grabbed, and then he comes out. You just see that there's loads of people there. But if you look, are you looking at it now? It's a bit difficult
Yeah.
to show. You probably won't see this in the video, guys, but if you look on the minimap down the bottom, you see the red dot is obviously the guy Arthur's fighting. But you see there's at least 2 or 3 other dots that look like they're in the saloon. And there are
and one guy is like moving towards the door.
Yeah,
It cuts out too fast, but yeah, you do see those dots move a little bit, and then of course the X is there, and I guess those are people Arthur either knocked out or killed.
Well, I was going to say, the thing to me suggests that that's one smooth gameplay piece. They had a bar fight, Arthur got thrown out, and then it carries on into the street.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, just you can tell that just by seeing that, there were other people in this engagement a moment ago, and a couple of them have been knocked out. So he's obviously gotten into either it's a rival gang member or they are just pissed up and decided to have a bit of a knockabout. But yeah, it's stuff like that where you're just like, oh, I see, they really can go crazy. If you can tell that all of this is done through the camera. The camera work is insane. You know, it looks smooth and flowing. But do you remember in the IGN article they were talking about that it's almost like the Max Payne thing now, where it makes cinematics on the fly but doesn't interrupt gameplay?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would probably be it. So, like, Arthur's thrown out of a window. Well, you're not in control of Arthur while he's airborne, so we'll just put the cinematic in there for you. You know, and it just sort of does it seamlessly.
Yeah, and it's a great little thing, too, because it doesn't require a whole cutscene. It doesn't, require any loading screens. It's just like, let's just move the camera here. You see Arthur Morgan get thrown out, and then you can kind of fly back into control with Arthur and kind of take control of the situation. It's really cool, and I think we're going to see a lot of those different things. Because I think what a lot of us anticipated was, like, when you shoot someone in the head, you see them, like in Max Payne, they kind of, like, fall over type of deal. But in this, we'll probably see some of that. Here and there, but I think a lot of it is, like you said, like those quick cuts for any of those different actions that the NPCs do on Arthur, like, getting thrown out of a window, or if Arthur's horse dies, or something like that, horse gets shot.
Yeah, and he's falling off the horse. In like Red Dead, if your horse shoots, it gets shot, it literally just flops and you flop. Well, you'd be able to have a full-on, like, seeing Arthur fall off his horse thing going on there.
And, like, struggling to get up, like rubbing his head type of deal.
Yeah, and I think, I can't remember if I remember seeing in the article, but I think it's possible that the player is in control of that camera somewhat. Like, you have a choice in how much it's involved in the game. The whole thing, it looks phenomenal. I mean, there was never this level of stuff for GTA 5. There just wasn't.
Yeah, there really wasn't.
The mind boggles the level of, like, interaction that it's like they're gonna have here, and it seems like they're gonna be doing a few more of them as well, and I'm all for that, because my word.
Yeah, because if you look at this, I mean, we saw some actual activities going on here, like the gambling. We saw the train robbery towards the end, and even though they said they were gonna mention that and kind of go over it later. That's really exciting that we're going to kind of get a look into the certain activities that we didn't necessarily see in this trailer. Because if you think about it, a lot of this was like showcasing like just the nature, the towns, the NPCs, which is what I really wanted to see, was how the NPC interactions worked. And now we get a glimpse of that. We see Arthur interrogating some townsfolk. We see the sheriffs trying to arrest Arthur. We see a lot of different things.
You see that poor really ginger guy getting his ass kicked again?
Yeah.
That guy's had his ass beat about 3 times already. he was in the second trailer, the third trailer, and the gameplay thing. I'm convinced it's the same guy with that enormous ginger beard. He's always being dump tackled and beat about a bit. It's awesome. Did you see the Wanted poster?
Yeah, the I forget which frame it's at.
You killed my cousin. And then you just see the poster on the sign there. There's probably a handful of them around. I wonder if it had Arthur's face on it.
Probably. I was trying to look in the live stream I was doing. I don't think it was Arthur. It said Wanted, and then it looked like some chick's name. But just even that building in general, of course, we all know the graphics are fantastic and things like that, but the level of detail in just every single piece of material that's in this game, like you see the white paint chipping off those red bricks on that building, and like the gray stains from, I guess, mud and like other dust flying on, like, it's just so cool.
But if you go back to the bar thing where Arthur's thrown out, like you see his satchel, like, you know, fly around or whatever, and you can see when he stands up, his gun holster, and he's got a knife behind the gun as well that he's carrying. Like all of that flops around, like when he gets back up, you can see that it's almost, that, you know, it is. It's not even like we can think this. We know that it's all individually rendered, so it's not like one skin. It's all of it is put on there as if they've had a naked character and just put stuff over the top of it, you know. But yeah, the thing for me, I wasn't overly interested in the gang itself. I can wait for that. I don't need to hear that now. The thing I was most interested in was just how immersive everything looked. You know, it all looks like you're in the middle of it as opposed to outside looking in.
For real, yeah. It's like all this stuff is happening, and it's like you can fly through it and just enjoy the game, you know, as it is going through the missions and whatnot, or you can really take your time and just really pay attention to all the nooks and crannies that are in this game, and there's going to be things there for you. You know, it's not like there's just going to be nothing if you slow down and just try and look at every single detail, which is great. I like things like that.
It looks amazing. Should we do another one of these with Dean at some point? I think we need to. We need to get a good podcast in and stuff. I come up with the idea of doing this with Dean yesterday because we thought, well, we'll get one in quickly before, and it actually turned out pretty good. So maybe we could do a handful of these over the course of the week with just like the three of us, you know. On
just talking about different things. Because honestly, I mean, the amount of stuff to talk about in this game is you can't put it in a handful of videos, even if they're all 10, 15 minutes long. I mean, we really need to dive in to this, and I think that'll be cool because we can kind of update people, and people are still going to be finding out stuff today in this trailer that no one really noticed yesterday, which is the most amazing thing. And so,
Arthur, just a quick tip: Arthur looks crap without a big ass beard.
Do you think?
Yeah, he needs a big beard. He needs that.
I like how he's so rugged because he doesn't have the scars of John Marston, but he's got like cracked ass skin. Like he just looks dry. He needs some friggin' lotion on his face, but that's awesome because he looks badass. He looks I kind of like how low key he is, you know. I already like this guy just for that one bit where he's talking to Bill and I forget who else. I guess it was Charles Smith. He's like, as long as we get paid or you get shot, I'm happy. I was like, that's Sam Hauser writing that in right there. I know it. Like,
I think he's probably the kind of guy that doesn't give a shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He just come on, let's just do it. Whatever we're doing, just come up with the idea. We'll do it. All right.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, let's just get shit done. Even when that guy was aiming the gun at him after he was looting the guy he shot off the wagon on the side of the trail, he's like, do what you want, I don't care. He just like walks away. It's like, Arthur's the man.
I wondered if he was more of a guy like, you know, John. When in Red Dead Redemption, John always came across like he didn't like it anymore. He didn't like the fact that he had to go kill everybody, but he sort of did it anyway, you know, and that he sort of maybe more enjoyed it when he was younger. I get the impression that Arthur doesn't overly enjoy it now. He just does things. Like,
yeah,
he's
just kind of doing things.
Yeah, he's just doing stuff. It's just maybe all he knows how or what to do. Like, you know.
Definitely. And I just love when Rockstar Games writes characters like this because he reminds me of Nico Bellic, not in the sense, like, I mean, obviously they're two totally different people, but like just in the way they act, like those certain situations, like when the guy's aiming the gun at him, he's like, this guy could blow my head off right now, but I'm just going to say I know he doesn't want to do that, and I know he won't. So I'm just going to keep walking. Like,
yeah.
If someone was doing that to me, I'd be like, please don't. Like, no, this guy's great. I'm excited to play as him. I guess one last thing we could talk about is just like the nature in the game and the scenery. Because like I said, guys, we have so much to talk about. Definitely want to get Dean on here to hear his opinion, so you guys can hear where he's coming from too. And we'll do like definitely a series of these podcasts talking about these gameplay trailers because Rockstar mentioned there's going to be more to come. I don't know if there's going to be just a part 2. There could be a part 2 and 3. I think that's a little more likely. They'll probably be a little bit shorter. I don't think they're all going to be 6 minutes. but I think they'll probably be 2 and 3, 2 to 4 minutes maybe. The next couple
I
parts.
think we're gonna get 3 of these, three 5 to 6 minutes.
Ooh, I mean that would be like, I definitely wouldn't complain. That would be amazing.
You know, they easily can do, and I feel like this time around they're more involved with the YouTubers, if that not in a sense that they're like working with us, but they know that this stuff happens, so there may be a little bit.
They know this stuff happens, and they know the effect that these social media influencers have, because that's really the way to go. Like Rockstar is always going to have this type of marketing where they just like, you know, billboards all over Times Square, that type of thing. But they also know that that marketing works from the ground up as well, and it's like just word of mouth. It doesn't need to be necessarily people at Rockstar telling people about the game, not that type of word of mouth, but like word of mouth as in you and me making these videos, other people stumble across it and they're like, wow, this is a really cool game, and then they tell their friends, and their friends tell their friends, and it just compounds from there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
It's just the hype. They got to buy into the hype. That's why Fortnite is doing so well. As one, it's free to play. No other games are out right now that are good, but also they feed into the hype, you know?
Yeah. Hype it's
news.
Because we can't swear. Okay, and I'm talking as acting as a streamer that is above swearing.
PG, family friendly, advertiser friendly.
All they can ever say is, "Oh my god." Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Because we can't say what we really want to say. Fucking hell! What's going?
Very true. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had fun talking about this with you, Rue. Like I said, guys, we're going to be coming out with a ton more of these. Even, you know, because these are more of the shorter podcasts, but it's just good to be able to bring you guys these little bits of videos so we can talk about things in segments. And, you know, I think you guys would prefer this over us uploading like a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah.
Especially because I did the analysis yesterday that turned out to be an hour and a half, and people were like, how did you stretch that out? I was like, because I literally went frame by frame and said, this is there, that's there, did you notice that? Like,
just a couple guys talking about Red Dead because we like
exactly.
it. Maybe a little bit more than some people should, but we like it.
Hey, but that's okay.
Yeah. So there we go. Like I said, I think this is going up on both of our pages. Links as always to both of us in the description, and hopefully you all have a very good day.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like. Check out Rude down in the description, as well as my channel will be over on his. Appreciate you guys all coming out. We hope you all have a fantastic day. All right, adios amigos.
See you later.